Hello there guys, if you hate Garen, here is your absolute counter pick guide, Orianna top lane. But why would you even go for Orianna top lane? Now watch this. I have Warfrost in my all in him, of course I ult him back when he tries to walk away, and then I get his tower as well. While note that I took his whole plated tower, I also am above him with lots of CS, right? And 4 kills, and I have some Dark Cell stacks, right? And, and some hidden first like amount of gold value. Now arguably you could also go for aery and sorch if you want to be even more of a bully. You can definitely go for that, but I prefer actually going for my first strike just to sort of accelerate your money gain, and also it will generally allow you to get faster item spikes, and it will also more so come online when you have first item. Don't go ever frost, by the way, that's int. That's int. I just wanted to go for it just to try it, but it's just not good. It's as bad as I thought. Especially if you're red, you don't want to go ever frost even into them. It's just bad, you know. Just don't bother. It's just bad. Now in here, note the game starts out, right? And I can reveal every single bush. That's the disgusting part about Orianna. I can reveal every bush with my Q, and this Q costs no mana. It's kind of disgusting, right? Now note I didn't even go Scorch. So I didn't go Giga early. You don't even need to go Giga early game runes. You can, if you really wanna be annoying. You can go definitely aery Scorch if you really wanna be annoying. But it's really up to your choice. I like these scaly runes as well, like first strike, because Garen can be quite bullet spongy, and true damage can feel to be quite nice into him and some money gain. Now of course the game starts right now, and the good thing about Orianna, as I said, you have a ward. It permanently grants you vision in a bush meantime your ball is inside of it, so you can't even get bush cheese. That's the disgusting part about Orianna, so you don't even have to give up a ward for no reason. So watch, the game starts, right? And so what happens in here, guys, is quite simple. I just basic attack minion, slowly push the wave, and you should maximize out your pokes as much as it is possible. Of course, now this Garen is turbo on the defense, and I don't want to over push the wave with my Q, so I go for very soft trades. Now note, he only got Q'd, the minions didn't get Q'd, so I didn't want to over push the wave, of course. And so in here what happens is quite simple. I'm just last hitting as much as possible, with some mistakes here and there, but I'm just last hitting as much as possible, right? Now note that in here Garen can barely step up because of my approach velocity pressure. Damn, I'm not sure why am I suddenly coughing this much. It's every time when I start recording, I just start coughing. So weird. Now in here I go down, of course, ward river, but I went for a very shitty ward. I don't know how did I misclick here. That's a very bad ward. Now of course I go back to lane, right? And so what happens in here is quite simple. I'm just slowly pushing into him, denying as much CS as possible, while also I'm poking him as much as I can, but right now he's turbo on the defense, so I can't really poke him. So it's more important early on to get CS over pokes, of course. Okay, now I'm just poking as much as possible. Now in there I had a bit of a misplay. I accidentally got Q'd by him and I didn't Q W, and I also took a tower shot, but it actually doesn't even matter. So even if you do mistakes like this, it actually doesn't matter. Because as a punishment, I even misclicked once. He lost so much HP, right? And I even misclicked once, right? Now note that in here, we just like trying to maximize out our pokes as much as possible while disabling his passive. So his passive gives him regen when he's off combat, right? But if you perma keep him in combat, he actually doesn't get healing, which is insane. Now only one small mechanical outplay you have to do into Garen: spacing, and of course the other one, if you Q in, don't always insta W, because he could W that. Instead hold into it and observe if he Ws or not, and look for a W. So that's the only small thing you should watch out for mechanically. And of course like your all-in angles that do matter. The rest of them are just like Orianna mechanics you have to know. Now in here you can see that I'm poking as much as possible. This guy, he can't even play the game because he can't get close because of my W. It's kind of disgusting, because we know that Garen's Q shreds slowing effects, right? But my W is a constant slowing effect, so it actually doesn't even shreds it. Now in here I get ganked, but it's a bit of a bad gank, you know. It's a bit bad. And in here the wave is pretty much just pushing towards me, which is insane, because I'm playing range top, and it's very bad for Garen if the wave is pushing towards me. Now in here they want to go for sort of an invade, which I may have missed out on, of course. But I preferred to have actually a sooner freeze on my side by the wave pushing towards me, so I just kind of actually preferred a little bit more to have a decent wave state and just to like play for lane. I mean, here we can space him as hard as we want to, right? Because it doesn't really matter. He puts points in his Q, I do believe, but it doesn't really matter actually, that's the thing. So if he puts points in his Q, he doesn't have EDPS, and so in here he actually just slowly dies. He thinks he can trade into me, but he can't really. And in here he dies. Simple as that. Now in here, as we can see, I just pretty much can shove this wave. I could then also just let it be and TP back, but I prefer to actually get a super good recall. So instead of getting just a Lost Chapter, I kind of wanted to get a Dark Seal, because I already can see that Garen will int, because he can't really play the matchup. So I kind of like wanted to get a Dark Seal as well. And now what happens in here is quite simple. We pick up the wave and we got collapsed on by Wukong. So that kind of sucked a bit that we didn't have mana at all. So just like such a bad situation. And so the issue was I didn't even have a W. So maybe if I didn't use my Q to wave clear or something, then I would live there. But yeah, it's a bit unlucky. Also escaped only with a teensy bit of HP, so a bit unlucky, what can I say. But it's not a big deal now, we died, but we got our Dark Seal, of course, we got our Lost Chapter, and it doesn't even matter there if we died, because the wave is pushing towards us, which is insane. And also note that we can bully him really hard now, because we got insane mana management from a Lost Chapter, of course, and we got damage, like we got so much damage right now, it's unreal. DPS from passive, our damage is unreal. Now we Q in, but we don't W, because we know that he will actually press W, so we don't want to lose actually value. Now in here he's trying to get close, but what's gonna happen is getting kited. He's walking in, but he doesn't know he has no ult, he has no flash, and we just all in him. Simple as that. Now in here I don't know why didn't I walk in, I would win it anyways. And here it's a bit mind gamey, but we killed him anyways. I mean, I could then walk literally in the bush, but I don't know why did I hesitate. At least I spared a little bit of HP, right? So that's what we did, and we are taking more and more plates, of course. Now note that Wukong could be here, yes, but it's not really a big concern right now, because as if now I do believe he's not 6, if I know it correctly. I think he's only 5, yes. So if he would be 6, it would be a concern, but he is 5, so it's not really right. Wrong map, my bad. So in here we are taking as many plates as possible, as I said, and basically we are also getting hold of Garen with first strike, right? So the good thing is that as if now we are hard dominating, right? And I recap for Everfrost, a very quick item I can buy, which helped early on, but is overall not that great on Orianna. So it helps the bully harder, but I don't like it. Like you won't like it, you know. Like it helps. It's an earlier spike, but it's not that good. Leandria, I mean, Ludens is just so good on Orianna, it's not really worth Everfrost. And in here, what does he do? He pushes, right? And what happens is very simple. I heal myself, and I hold a wave. Right? I just hold a wave. Now, in here, it's very simple. We just hold the wave. I shouldn't even basic attack there, of course. And pretty much just took to punish him. I missed a little bit my Q. But it's not a big deal now. He wants to unfreeze, which he sort of manages to do, but at the cost of his life. I ulted a little bit incorrectly there, because I pushed him outer, not inner, which was a bit of a mistake. I messed up my Q's placement, and now I can go in deeper with my QW, which sucks a little. So I can't really like get close. So the issue was here, look. The issue was very simple in here, watch. So the Q was a bit misangled, watch. Right, so it pulls him, the pull was misplaced, right? Because it pulled him outer and not inner, right? So the pull should be timed in a way that it pulls him backwards and doesn't pushes him away from me, right? And then I would connect QW more easily, and we would find little damage, of course. So in there I rushed a little bit my ult, misplaced a bit my Q, of course. Now of course we connect the QW, my bad, but we would be possibly in a better position to sort of all in him, right? or just like W him after he queues, right? So that would be a good thing as well. Now it's whatever life goes on. It's not a big deal that he lives, because the point is not even killing Garen. The point is getting his plates and pushing out in the minion wave. Now this is a bit risky as well, because Monkey could be here. Now the thing is, right now I don't suppose Wukong is around, because generally speaking he loves to camp bot lane. Like I mainly seen him being perma bot lane, and it's a bit difficult for him to solo kill me alone. It's kind of hard for him to kill me. So I think I was like confident in just like simply like stepping up, pushing the wave, of course, because he's not supposed to really kill me so easily. And now we got Everfrost. Don't go for this, but it's kind of like good in lane, you know, but don't go for this. Now in here it's quite simple what will happen, of course. It just he gets Everfrost that he gets raided on, and we just all in him. One more swing and he dies, right? Perfect. Now in here what's important is to take his tower, take his plates. Now what will happen is very simple. We just push it in, and arguably we could then even go for Herald, but I wanted to take one plate. I tried to kill Wukong, but I messed up a bit my Everfrost. Now in there Wukong, I mean the Warwick was trying to kill him, but he cut it off his pathing. And in there I think I was a bit too scared. So in there I was a bit too scared. I think I could then get possibly a double if I'm a bit more confident, but Serrat ulted and it was a bit risky. So I was a bit inconfident there. But in here what happens is quite simple actually. We just QW him whenever he thinks we recalled, and he flashes away. Now I could be a bit more patient, or I could then walk in this bush and Everfrost him, so we get a more consistent kill, because this is a bit inconsistent because he flashes away. So that was a bit of a mistake on my part for rushing in when he has flash. But whatever, that's fine, you know, like getting a flash out of him is really good, you know, like anyways, that's like one of his ways actually killing people, so it's not bad, you know, if you get the flash out of him. Now in here he's trying to come back. I zone him with my W. Very simple, I get his plates and I zone him away from CS. As much as you can, you should zone. Soraka is here because bot is not going well, and I don't know, she just randomly came top lane. And so basically soon I'll just kill him and of course get his tower, but not much will happen right now. We just recall. And yeah, so in here we can see that basically we just push the whole thing in, right? And right now I'm just aiming to get his plates, kill him, get his whole plates, because right now it's kind of awkward for Garen because he's behind. I'm way above him, and he cannot do anything, because if he steps up I farm gold of him and his HP gets damaged, while also I can push his tower in front of him. So it's kind of like just can't do much, and this is a very stressful situation for Garen players. He can get close into me, he can't do much. He gives up his W, right? I got the Everfrost on him, a Q on him, that's good. So chip as much as you can before your ult is up, because we can have Everfrost again up when my ult is up, so mainly we're gonna use your QW again, right, because he had no W, so I could also QW really easily. And we take his place. Now some people would say it's a bit aggressive to step up like this without having vision on Wukong. He doesn't really care about top lane, that's the thing. Garen is not a win condition, and some junglers just genuinely don't give a shit about top. And this is one of those. Now arguably I could ban control parties because I had money for it, so if you want to play a bit more safely, a bit more consistently, you can do that. But I felt like he just won't give a shit about an inting Garen, and he would rather focus on the win conditions, on the winning lanes. But if you want to be more consistent, definitely buy a control ward, place it down 100%, right? But yeah, I was pretty much like playing for plates, playing for pulling. So this is a bit dangerous if you don't ward, of course, but overall it should be fine. If you feel like you're confident, you can disengage, because Garen can't really like engage on you. Wukong can, but eventually you can kill yourself out with W. out of Wukong's grasp. The only issue is in here he had divine, so that's a bit hard. Right, but if you have ult, it shouldn't be a big deal, right? So if you have ult, then it should be easier. But I kinda like preferred actually like playing for under tower bullying against Garen in game, and also I played for basically plates, right? Because in here it's kinda important for me to even get plates and get first strike gold of Garen, because my team is overall not doing well, so it's kinda important for you to take advantages so you can extend your lead, leverage your lead in a better way. That was sort of my thought process, right? So if your team is in thing, you kinda wanna do that, you know. But okay, that's fine. Now basically in here I'm a bit hesitant to reveal myself because Wukong could be around. But oh, my bad. Yeah, I was permanently begging for cakes. God damn, he was permanently begging for ganks, as I assumed. And in here we are just basically taking his tower. And now he tries to defend it with QEW, right? I mean with WE. The only issue is that he gets killed if he keeps up his W right now in here. I know it's very awkward, but he dies, and that sucks. I know that this hurts, but it sucks. It sucks to be Garen right now, so this hurts. And now that's the point where we are just turbo winning laning phase. The only issue was that, as I said, like my team ran it a little bit, so the rest of the game, like this is how pretty much you stomp him in laning phase. The rest of the game it's a bit coin flippy, depending how your team performs. In here, at the end of the game, they didn't really do too well because there were lots of intings to the point where they were so fed that even I got one-shotted by them. So it wasn't really too playable for me when they are this fed. So basically I just like, even Garen came back a little bit, but he wasn't too useful. Of course, he just was Garen. He can maybe silence people, he can ult, but he was just basically Garen. He was a bit splitting, but he wasn't like too useful. So that's it for now, guys. Have a nice day. Have a nice day, of course. I'm a bit ill, but what can we do about it right now?